Hello, in this video we will learn about operators in C. So first, what are operators? Operator is a symbol that operates on a value or a variable, for example plus, minus, etc. C has a wide range of operations to perform various operations. Now types of operators are arithmetic operators, increment and decrement operators, assignment operators, relational operators, logical operators, and bitwise operators. So now let's discuss about each of them. So first let's discuss about arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators perform mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. on numerical values, that is constants and variables. Now here is a list of the arithmetic operators, namely the plus for addition, minus for subtraction, the asterisk for multiplication, the slash for division, and the percentage operator which will return the remainder after a division. So now let's have a look at a code where we are using this arithmetic operators. In this code, we are assigning the values 9 and 4 to variables a and b, and then performing the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus operation. Now let's run this program. As you can see that the output is displayed. Next is increment and decrement operators. C programming has two operators, increment and decrement, that is plus plus and minus minus, to change the value of an operand, constant or variable by 1. The increment operator increases the value by 1, while the decrement operator decreases the value by 1. Now these two operators are unary operators, which means that they only operate on a single operand. Now in this code we are taking two integer variables and two float variables and using the increment and decrement operator on them. Now let's run this program and see what happens. So initially we are taking the value of a as 10, and after using this increment operator the value becomes 11, and here the initial value of b was 100, and after using the decrement operator the value becomes 99. The same thing happens for the float type variables as well. Now here note that we are using this increment and decrement operator as a prefix. We can use this increment and decrement operators both as prefix or postfix. The main difference is that when we are using as prefix, the value gets incremented first and then it returns the value, while in postfix the value of the original variable is returned first and then the value is incremented. So let's make a little change here and use the increment operator in the postfix form, and then add another line where we are printing just the value of a, and then run the program. As you can see in the first line, the value of a is written as 10, that is it returns the value first, and then in the next line the value of a is 11, which means that after returning the value is incremented. So in the second run we are getting the incremented value, that is 11. Next is assignment operators. An assignment operator is used for assigning a value to a variable. The most common assignment operator is equal to, but it can also be used in combination with any of the arithmetic operators. Now here, as you can see in the list, that plus equal to or minus equal to, that is a plus equals to b, is same as a equals to a plus b. Now let's look at the code to understand it better. Here we are assigning the value 5 to a using the equal to operator, and then we are assigning the value of a to c again using the equal to operator. Then here in this line, as you can see, that we are using c plus equal to a, which means that c is equals to c plus a, which means it will return 5 plus 5, that is 10. So now let's run this code and have a look at the output. So first c is printed, that is 5, then c plus equal to, which is c plus a, which means 5 plus 5, that is 10. Then in the next line we are using C minus equal to A, which means that C minus A. Now note that the value of C has now been updated to 10, so which means that this will be 10 minus 5, which is 5. Then now the current value of C is 5. So in the next line where we are using multiplication equal to A, it will be 5 into 5, that is 25. Now the value of C is 25. In the next line we are doing C division equal to A, that is 25 divided by 5, which will return a value of 5. And in the last one we are dividing the value of C with A. Now the current value of C is 5, so we are dividing it with A, and the modulus operator returns the remainder. Since it is perfectly divisible, so we get a remainder of 0. And next is relational operators. A relational operator checks the relationship between two operands. If the relation is true, it returns 1, and if the relation is false, it returns the value 0. Now here is a list of the relational operators. The first is double equal to, which evaluates whether the two variables have equal values or not. Then there is greater than, lesser than, not equal to, greater than equal to, or less than equal to. Now let's look at a code where we can discuss these relational operators. So I am running this code. Now here you can see that we have assigned the value 5 to both A and B and 10 to C. In the first printf statement we are checking whether A is equal to B or not. So first we are passing the value A, then we are passing the value B, and then we are using this A equal to B. If this evaluates to true, then the value 1 will be returned. As you can see, since 5 is equal to 5, hence the value 1 is returned. However, in the next printf statement we are evaluating whether A is equal to C or not, and since it is not equal to C, then the value of 0 is returned. All of this is continued in the following print statement. You can try and do it on your own. Next is logical operators. An expression containing logical operators returns either 0 or 1 depending upon whether expression results to true or false, commonly used in decision making in C programming. Now there are three types of logical operators. The logical AND, which is true only if all the operands are true and its symbol is double ampersand. Now next is logical OR. It is true only if any one of the operand is true. And lastly, the logical NOT, which is true only if the operand is 0. It basically negates the truth value of a variable. So now let's have a look at a code where we are using logical operators. Let's run this code. Here, just like the previous one, we are assigning the value 5 to A and B and 10 to C, and then another variable called result. So first we are checking if A is equal to B or not, and we are checking if C is greater than B or not. So first A is equal to B, so this will be true, and C is greater than B, so this is also true. So both are true, so this will result in 1, which is true. As you can see that the result is 1. Next is we are checking whether A is equal to B and whether C is less than B or not. We already know that this part is false, and for an operation to be true we need both the operands to be true. So in this case it will result in false, that is 0. In the next statement we are checking whether A is equal to B or not, which is true, and we are checking whether B is greater than C or not, which is false. But in OR, any one of the operands needs to be true for the result to be true. So in this case we also get a true value, that is the result is 1. You can try to do this on your own with your own combination of operands, operators and variable values. And lastly, the bitwise operators. Bitwise operators are used to perform bit level operations. The following is the list of bitwise operators. So if we have like two numbers, we convert it into binary, and then if we use the bitwise AND operator, then the AND operation will take bitwise. For example, in this case, 0 and 1 is 0, 0 and 0 is 0, 1 and 0 is 0, 1 and 1 is 1, 0 and 1 is again 0, and all these 0 and 1 is 0. And this in decimal is 8. Similarly, for bitwise OR, the OR function is carried out bitwise, and in this case for 12 and 25 the decimal equivalent number will be 29. And that's all for now. Thank you for your patient listening. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for further videos on this course. Thank you.